Hello, my Aries friends. Welcome to your general reading here on Daily Divine Guidance. This is for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs. My friends, any information you need will be in the description box below, okay? So let's go ahead and get started with your reading here. General information that the Divine wants you to know about over the next 4 weeks. 3 cards. Ooh, wow, there you are. Uh-oh. Get one more card, please. Let's see what we got going on here. Aries. Okay. Before we even get started, we got a good clarifier for that 3 of Swords, you guys. Clarify the 3 of Swords for Aries, please. So just one card. 2 of Swords, clarifying the 3 of Swords. We'll put that there. Aries, okay. Okay, Aries, you have the Emperor, which is your card, the 3 of Swords. The clarified by the 2 of Swords, the 4 of Pentacles. You guys are really trying to dominate, secure, and control a situation that you feel if you make one wrong move is going to leave you completely devastated, brokenhearted, just completely grief-ridden with an ending, okay? The Emperor is a very dominant energy. This is the divine masculine energy. This is the father figure. This is why I say you're trying to dominate and control a situation, because you also have the 4 of Pentacles, which is the card of, it can be of financial loss, but it's also a card of needing security and controlling things. You can see here how she's holding on to her purse of Pentacles very tightly. This is mine. This is mine, and I'm not going to give it up, let anyone take it. I've got this. Nobody can have it. I'm like kind of looking over my shoulder here, holding it close to me. 3 of Swords is the card of very painful endings. It's grief, it's sadness, it's sorrow, it is heartbreak. And then being clarified by the 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords is needing to make a difficult decision, trying to figure out your options. A lot of times this can do with matters of the heart. So I do feel, Aries, that you are sitting here very, I just see this fiery little ram that's like, no, just constantly headbutting, like, no, I've got control of this. No, it's going to be okay. No, everything's fine. Like, I almost feel like you're even having to walk on eggshells around someone. Like someone is, you're so tied up in this. You're so tied up in this, and you're so afraid of being hurt that you're really just trying to control and secure yourself, your heart, your feelings. It's like you've got 1 foot in and 1 foot out, Aries. With this 2 of Swords, I really feel like this is the reason why you're having such a difficult time, is because it's almost like some of you, you know, are reminiscing on days past. Something has shifted, something somewhere has changed. It's not the same, and you're just afraid of a broken heart. What else can we get for Aries, please? One more card, please. One more card for Aries. Thank you. Interesting. Okay. Can you just get clarifiers? I mean, it seems pretty clear, but what helps this shift? what gets this shift going? Okay. Okay. All right. I literally heard friends. Okay. So now you have the Magician, the Six of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. Okay. So the Magician here, you instantly shift from this indecision, this heartbreak, this fear of heartbreak and sadness, this needing to control and dominate, into the Magician. And the Magician is that card of the manifester. This is the card of being resourceful, knowing that you have everything that you need to get what you want, developing. It's good intentions. It's a complete turnaround from kind of this very domineering, aggressive almost energy, Aries. Now, for some of you who are watching this and you're thinking like, that's not me, that's my partner. This could definitely be about a partner. I do feel like some of you are resonating that you are not the aggressor. There's somebody that's kind of being aggressive toward you. So be aware of that cross watchers or the energy could be vice versa, right? I don't think I have that in the description box, but I should put it in there. So you go from that energy, that kind of aggressive energy, into this energy of like, you know what, I got this. I'm going to shift. I'm going to make things work for me the way I want them to work for me. We already know, Aries, if you've been watching for a while, how much work you guys did over the last year, the ascension that you guys went through. Like, you already know that your readings have stuck with me the most out of all the readings that I've done. Aries has been like the one. Like, you guys really worked hard last year. You have infinite power here. You have infinite power and wisdom, and you start to come back into that place. I almost feel like this top row is kind of a blip in the road. The lesson being brought back to you saying, okay, have you really learned this, Aries? Have you really ascended away from this? It's kind of what it feels like, okay? This whole this second set, these three cards, my goodness, you guys, Mercury is about to go into retrograde. We're in a shadow phase right now, and I'm telling you, this Mercury retrograde always messes with my mouth. I can't talk. So I apologize. I apologize in advance. Or, well, halfway through. Anyway, all three of these cards are being clarified by the Three of Cups. And remember how I said, what is it that shifts Aries out of this dominant, aggressive kind of atmosphere into this, I'm resourceful, I am balanced, I am truthful kind of energy? It's friends, it's people. So if you have people that you talk to, people that you trust, people that you rely on, these are going to be kind of the catalyst to shift you out of that aggressive or domineering energy, okay? Six of Pentacles is the card of giving and receiving. It's sharing, it's charity, it's balance, it's nurture. You see how we have everything moving here in flow? Infinite power here. Lots of infinite energy. So I do feel, again, as we were talking, seeing that infinity here as well. I do feel, again, that we're talking about a lesson that you learned during your ascension, kind of being brought back into play, saying, okay, it's like the universe is saying, okay, Aries, did you actually learn this lesson? And you're like, for a moment, you're like, I don't know. But then you snap out of it and you're like, hell yeah, I learned this lesson. I don't need to repeat this. The universe is like, okay, all right, cool. You broke this karmic lesson. You learned it. You're good to go. So I do feel that that's what's happening. You get honest. You get truthful with the King of Swords. And I feel like this is you being truthful with yourself more than anyone else. I mean, you, of course, your honesty flowing to, other people is a part of this, but the King of Swords is the honest, mentally clear, very, very directive kind of king. This is very much, the King and Queen of Swords are very much Libra-like energy, very leader-like. So I do see that you come out of this, pretty damn quick, Aries. You're being shown the lesson again, tested almost, to see if you have learned it. And you have. You absolutely have. So whatever the lesson is, it doesn't mean it's presenting itself in the exact same way, okay? So remember that. If it's a lesson about relationships, it could be a completely different person, but with the same aspects, the same energy as the lesson that you learned. If it's a job, family member, I mean, it can be anything, but it doesn't have to be the exact same situation, just the same kind of energy, okay? Get 3 cards, please. What else does Aries need to know at this time? Ooh! Was this first? I feel like that was first. That just feels right. Now you have a pair. Clarifying the Tower was what I was doing there. You have the Tower, the Page of Swords, and the 7 of Pentacles. Let's pull this down so you can see those cards. So I do believe that the divine is telling you that this may be a little more chaotic, a little harder than you anticipated or expected or understood it to be. Sometimes when lessons are represented, it's not easy because sometimes it takes us time to go, oh, wait a minute, I already learned this. I don't have to do this again. I already know 2 + 2 is 4. And when it takes a little more time, it can be a little more difficult to release, okay? The Tower is about sudden change, can be chaotic, can be that, why is this happening to me? Why again? Why me? Why me? But you have the Queen of Swords clarifying this, and this is the very independent, unbiased, again, truthful, and mentally clear queen. So I feel that, again, this is a lesson being presented, okay, to move you, like, to say, hey, are you done with this? Did you actually learn this? I feel like we're constantly being tested here, okay? I feel like your ascension happened last year or over the course of a year, let's say, and you're coming out of it now. Like it's unraveling. Well, I don't mean unraveling, but you're kind of shaking off the dust from the storm, the sand from the sandstorm, the water from the hurricane, whatever. You having the Queen clarifying this Tower is really saying that this Tower is not going to knock you down. This Tower is not going to be, it's not going to be like a pity party for Aries. This Tower moment, is already a part of the past. I don't feel like this Tower is coming into your future. I feel like what this Tower is showing you or saying, or what the divine is saying, is that as you release this, as you rid yourself of this, you come into this manifestation, this power, you balance yourself, you're honest and truthful. It can get a little sticky. It may be a little bit hairy, but it's not going to be anything like it was before, because you know how this goes. You know how this works. You know the truth and the reasoning behind this Tower moment. See, when we start to understand the way these things work, that's why I always say this card is not about, the Tower is not about why is this happening to me? It's why is it happening for me? What is it that I need to be seeing in this Tower moment that can help me throughout my life and help me in spirit? You know this now. You get this now. So this Tower is not going to be nearly as severe as it was when you learned, or when you began to learn the lesson, or you went through the lesson the first time, second time, 50th time, whatever. Like, it's not that you're numb. No, you just have a different understanding of how the Tower works, okay? Page of Swords is a very passionate energy, and this is your energy, fire energy, okay? Very, very passionate, and knows that they have limitless potential, okay? The world is the Page of Swords oyster. I am speaking about the Page of Wands. I apologize. This is the third time this week that I have done that, where I have read a card as a different card. I'm going to have to think about that, because I don't think I've done that once in my years of reading tarot. And now 3 times this week, I have read a card as if it were a different card. I apologize, Aries. The description I was just giving you was about the Page of Wands, not the Page of Swords. So what I feel has been happening when this has happened the last 2 times is that the divine is kind of giving you the message of both. There is a reason, I feel, why I was talking about the Page of Wands and that passionate, limitless potential. Even though that card is not here in your reading, it came up in my head. And so I do think you should take that into consideration, that you are starting to feel the potential now that this lesson has passed. So let's talk about the actual Page of Swords, okay? The Page of Swords is the page of knowledge. This is the page that wants to know more and more and more. And really, what I see happening here is that as you've broken this cycle, you've learned the lesson, all this stuff that we've already talked about, you're like, damn, I want to do this in more of my life, more areas of my life. How can I manifest differently? How can I change my thought process? What can I watch? What can I practice? How do I meditate? Like, you want to know, and you're going to be researching more of this type of shifting so that you can perform in your life. You can change the way you perform in your life, okay? And I say that because you have the 7 of Pentacles following this Page of Swords. You go from wanting to know more to producing more. You see, you have the manifestor up here, and now you have the manifestor again here. 7 of Pentacles is the card of long-term success, being fruitful, like the what you reap you sow, and you know that now, Aries. You've probably always known that, but you're actually practicing it now. What you reap you sow. So you're starting to plant seeds of good intentions, positive thoughts, love and spiritual connection. These kind of things you're starting to plant, you're going to see through to fruition, because you're going to make sure that they come to reality. You are the manifester. You will have success in this. So this blip in the road, it's a universe test, and you've learned it. You've figured it out. You got this, Aries. Really quickly, can I get I get one more card for Aries? See, look at this. Here we go. Look at what's on the bottom of the deck, you guys. 7 of Pentacles again. So this just confirms, we're going to leave this here. This just confirms what I'm seeing here. You are going to be shifting into a place of love, a place of contentment, happiness, wealth, growth, manifestation. Just, this is a card of abundance. You're shifting out of the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is the card of feeling betrayed and lost, feeling it's a painful ending. It's like the Three of Swords. Do you see what happened here? We're showing what you're coming into and what you're coming away, what you're moving away from. Like, this is who you're becoming. This is what you're leaving in the past. This is no longer you. You're walking away from this, okay? Ten of Swords is no longer your energy. The Ten of Pentacles is your energy. This is a little bit of a hiccup, but it's a hiccup that's going to help you. I think I've said this a few times this week. It's an energy that's going on, a lot of healing, but this is a time of building your spiritual toolbox. You guys, my Aries friends, I hope this resonated well with you. If it did, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It helps us get the message out to more of our Aries friends. I'll be back next week this week, later this week with your love reading. So stay tuned for that. Also, if you have a question you'd like answered during our Free Friday live read, which we are doing on Saturday this week at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, email me dailydivineguidance@gmail.com. I'll try to answer as many of the questions as I can during the live reading, which is an hour long. One question per email, please. So I hope to see you guys there. Until then, thank you so much for watching, my Aries friends. Have a wonderful day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.